All right, team. Picture this. You are standing on a narrow strip of land. To one side, the mighty Pacific Ocean stretches out to the horizon. To the other, the wild Atlantic, through the Caribbean Sea. This is not just any piece of Earth. This is Panama. It is a land bridge, a vital link connecting North and South America. It is the ultimate crossroads, a place where continents collide and oceans nearly touch. This strategic position has shaped its destiny, making it a place of incredible importance for centuries. It is a place of adventure, a land carved by nature and human ambition. You can feel the energy in the air here. It is raw, it is real. Panama is more than just a map location. It is a country teeming with life. Think dense, untamed rainforests, home to creatures you have only seen in books. Jaguars, colorful toucans, and tiny poison dart frogs. The biodiversity here is off the charts. To understand a place, you have to look back. You have to listen to the whispers of its history. Panama's story begins long before the first European explorers set foot here. For thousands of years, this land was home to numerous indigenous peoples, the original survivors, masters of this environment. They thrived in the jungle, fished rich waters, and established complex societies. Archaeological finds, ancient pottery and gold, tell a story of a vibrant and sophisticated pre-Columbian world. The world changed in the early 16th century, when Spanish explorers like Rodrigo de Bastidas and Vasco Núñez de Balboa arrived. In 1513, Balboa trekked across the isthmus and became the first European to see the Pacific Ocean from the Americas. A monumental discovery. Suddenly, this narrow land became strategic for the Spanish Empire, a gateway between worlds and a transit point for treasures seized in South America. So, where did the name Panama come from? When the Spanish arrived, they encountered an indigenous fishing village called Panama. Its meaning is often translated as an abundance of fish, abundance of trees, or abundance of butterflies, fitting for this biodiverse region. A name born from the environment, a reminder that before gold and the canal, nature was Panama's true treasure. The people of Panama are a testament to survival and adaptation. Their story begins with the indigenous peoples, Guna, Ngebe, Bugle, Embera, Wunan. They navigated dense jungles and swift rivers, developed unique languages and traditions, and forged a deep connection to the land. The arrival of the Spanish marked a dramatic and often brutal turning point, imposing language, religion, and new ways of life. From this encounter emerged the mestizo population. The Spanish brought enslaved Africans. Their music, traditions, and resilience became part of Panama's fabric. The 19th and 20th centuries drew new waves of people for the railroad and later, the canal. Thousands came from the Caribbean, Jamaica, Barbados, Martinique. Known as Afro-Antillians, they brought English-based Creole and Protestant faith. Chinese workers arrived for the railroad and stayed as merchants. People from Europe, the Indian subcontinent, and the Middle East followed. Panama became a melting pot where worlds fused into one diverse society. When you look at the people of Panama today, you see the result of this history. The largest group is mestizos, nearly 70%. Descendants of the mixing of European and indigenous peoples. Their identity is the nation's backbone, a fusion of old and new. Afro-Panamanians have deep roots, descendants of enslaved Africans and Afro-Antillians who built the railroad and canal. Many speak English or an English-based Creole, shaping music, food, and national spirit. The First Peoples remain vital, over 12% of the population. Ngebe, Guna, Embera, Bugle, Wunan, Naso Cherdi, Bri Bri, many living in semi-autonomous comarcas. They preserve languages, spiritual beliefs, and traditional ways of life, showing resilience amid modern pressures. Guardians of Panama's oldest traditions. Smaller but influential groups of European, Chinese, and South Asian ancestry add to the mosaic, making urban centers dynamic and globally connected. In a land of many peoples, you hear a chorus of languages. The one sound that unites the country is Spanish, the language of government, business, and daily life. Panamanians are known for speaking quickly, often dropping the S at the ends of words, and using local slang, a Spanish shaped by history. English holds a special status due to the canal's U.S. era. It is common in business and tourism. For Afro-Antillean communities, English or an English-based Creole is often the mother tongue, linking Caribbean roots to the canal's international story. The most ancient voices are indigenous. Each major group has a distinct language, Ngebere, Guna, Embera, and others, carrying culture, history, and worldview. Efforts are underway to preserve and promote them for future generations. As a global crossroads, you may hear Mandarin, Cantonese, Hindi, Arabic, and Hebrew. Vibrant immigrant communities contribute to commerce and culture, creating a soundscape as dynamic as the country. People gather, talk, and trade here. The voices of Panama tell the story of its people. The culture of Panama is a feast for the senses, a vibrant fusion of all who have called this land home. You can hear it in the music. Traditional rhythms like tipico, with its lively accordion and vocals. You will also hear the Caribbean in salsa, reggae, and calypso, especially in Colón. Reggaeton's modern pulse has Panamanian pioneers among its earliest voices. Music is everywhere, providing the soundtrack to daily life. Panamanian cuisine is hearty, flavorful, and comforting. Sancocho, a rich chicken soup made with root vegetables like ñame and yuca, is considered the national dish, a source of pride and comfort. For breakfast, hojaldras, often with eggs or meat. Bordered by two oceans, Panama revels in fresh seafood, simply fried or in zesty ceviche. Life in the capital is fast-paced, commerce, banking, and the canal. Family is central, with cherished Sunday gatherings. Panamanians know how to celebrate. Carnival shuts down the country for parades, music, dancing, and cooling culecos. Panama's economy is unique in Central America, a powerhouse whose engine is the Panama Canal. This 82-kilometer waterway created a global superhighway. Around 6% of world trade passes through each year. Tolls from thousands of transits generate billions in revenue, funding government programs and national development. The 2016 expansion allows larger Neo-Panamax ships, securing its importance for decades. But Panama is not just the canal. Its strategic location supports a thriving service economy and a major international financial center, sometimes called the Switzerland of the Americas. The Colón Free Trade Zone, largest in the Americas, imports, stores, and re-exports goods, tax-free, powering regional commerce. Currency stability helps. The Balboa is pegged 1-to-1 to the US dollar, and paper currency is the US dollar. Low inflation and simpler trade attract investment. Tourism is growing. Rainforests, beaches, historic sites, and biodiversity make Panama a top eco-adventure destination. Agriculture contributes with bananas, coffee, sugar, and shrimp. Panama has harnessed its geography to build a diverse, resilient economy. Proof that a small country can leverage natural advantages to become a major player on the world stage. It is a story of vision and ambition.